In this video, I have something very interesting I need to share with us today, okay? This is very important and it has to do with tracing the history of times and how people have taken advantage of this period that has passed to create wealth, okay? I think it's very important so that we can be able to understand the trend, okay? First of all, I need us to know that for us to understand the mystery of wealth, we must first of all get to know the history of wealth. And that is what this video is based on, so that we can see time that has passed, how people have seized those time to create wealth. Okay. Now, first of all, let me give us a bit of background. You see, in the past, all of us knew that land was just there and did not belong to nobody. But at a certain point, people started claiming territory. People started claiming land, So because of that, people became landlord, you see. So the question I'm trying to bring up here is that land was there and did not belong to nobody. But at some point, some people started claiming territory and said, this place belongs to my family, this place belongs to me, just like that. So the question I want to ask us at this point, when these people were working hard to claim territory, where were other people? As you could see, so the people who strive hard to go forth and claim the land belonged to them, and they were considered wealthy at that time. You see, so the emphasis is on why some are working hard to claim territory, to claim the land, to be for them. Other people folded their hands and they were watching. You see, so I'm trying to expose us to how people have seized movement in the past to create wealth, why other people are watching. Now, it therefore means that at that time, landowners were the wealthy people. So land was equal to wealth as at that time. You see, so people started using the land to farm. So if you don't have a piece of land, you need to go meet those who have to cut out a portion and give to you to farm. You see, so the landowners were the wealthy people. Then other people have to approach them for a piece of land they have to farm on. So that continues for some time. Then man discovers something better, that if they have to continue to use their physical muscle and energy to work on the land, they were producing just little. So some people were able to figure out something and said, if we're able to introduce what is called mechanized farming, we're able to produce more and we're able to have more to store. You see, so those that were smart then, those that were futuristic, those people that were more of entrepreneur, they came up and started saving money to buy equipment for farming, to buy machines for farming. So that led them to just owning land, to start having what we call mechanized farming. So then it therefore means that those that invested in machines for farming, in tools for farming, they were the wealthy people. You see that? So they were able to use the machine to work on the land to produce more than those that were using just their physical energy to work. The question here again is that when some farmers were saving money to buy machine and equipment for them to work on their land, where were other people? You see, so it means they were watching other people progressing to the next level. You see, migrating to the next level to create bigger wealth while other people were watching. You see, so after that, what happened? They were able to produce so much, and now they need space to store these items they are producing. This produce, farm produce, they needed storage. You see, so some people started going beyond just having the machine to start building warehouses, start finding a way to distribute this farm produce to other people who needed it. You see that? So they started migrating from just having mechanized system of farming to distribution. So distribution will also warrant them to have storage system. You see, they were having storage and distribution problems. So those that ventured into that migrated from just having machine to start having a way to distribute the farm produce, they were now the wealthy people at that time. So the question again is, when these people were migrating from just doing mechanized farming to start figuring out a way of storing the farm produce and distributing it, where were the rest of the people? You see, so you see, as you can see, as time was going, people were seizing the moment to generate and create wealth. You see, so that is the emphasis in this video. So it therefore means that those that were able to store and distribute, they became so wealthy within that space of time, while other people were still left in their old way of trying to create wealth. You see, so after that time again, they came up and they started figuring out a way of making sure that this storage system, this distribution system were well managed. So information technology came and computer came, people started doing programming and the rest of all of that. You see, so now people that had money to invest on computer and have knowledge on how this thing was being used, they were the one that created massive wealth that time. So those that stayed and remained at the storage and distribution level, you see, they had lower ability to make wealth. But those that invested in information technology, they were the one making a lot of money. You see, so some seized the moment to migrate to a higher level of creating value, of creating wealth, while other people stay right there and they were watching. As you can see, this tells us that at every time people were seizing the moment and what was available to create wealth, while other people were watching. So after that, people kept migrating and seizing all the moment, all what was in vogue to create wealth, you know. So we won't be able to explain all of them and bring all of them in this video, but I'm just trying to make us to see the trend, how people were moving from one season to another season to create wealth, while others were seizing the moment to create wealth. Other people were watching. You see, now what am I letting us to know in this video? Right now, the question is, what is that thing that is in vogue right now that people are able to use to generate wealth faster than what it used to be? You see, so the question is left for you and I to answer. But for me, I could see right now people are taking advantage of AI, making use of computers, internet space. People are doing e-commerce, internet business, drop shipping, you know, putting things on platform to sell, leveraging on social media, you know. So this is what is really in vogue right now. People are saying AI, mentioning AI all over the place. People are creating channel on social media, but some are putting their hand, trying to figure out, some are trying to figure out how this thing is being done. How are people making money from there? Some people are looking from afar. They never want to research, never want to figure out how this thing is working for other people. You see, while in the midst of all of that, people are cashing out on a daily basis. So why is it that human beings don't want to change? Why is it that human beings are so comfortable in their comfort zone? They remain where they are, they're not ready to change. You see, these are the things that lead people to poverty. And I need us to know that whatever we do in life, there is no middle ground. Anything you do, any habit, is either leading you to poverty or leading you to failure. The question is, if you want to succeed in life, you want to make wealth, it must be intentional. It must really be intentional. You know, hyper intentional about what you do, about the choices you make. You see, now it therefore means that you really have to know. If you know, you get to know accurate and way of doing things for you to get out of the level you are to the next level. So you need to study to know. When you study to know, then you become hyper intentional. You know, then you get out from the level you are, you move on to the next level. Okay, so knowledge is very, very important. So I made a video before. I talked about be, doing, and having. So we are human. That is why we are called human beings. So we are a creature of being. We're a creation of beings. Whatever you have not become, you are not going to be able to have the ability to be able to do, and you won't be able to have. You see, so the life we live in today, people just want to jump into trying to have something when they have not become. You see, this is very, very important. So let us seize this moment. Now, as I round up this video, I need to tell us something that happened in a country called Zimbabwe. Okay, now something happened that will also tell us to buttress on what I raised in this video. You see, now there was a time when people from foreign country, the white people, they were in the country of Zimbabwe farming. You see, so they were coming from their own country to come and take possession of the land belonging to Zimbabwe people. You see, and they have carried out this farming, this activity for so many years and all that. One day, Robert Mugabe came up and started questioning the existence of all these activities in the land. You know, he wanted the white people to produce evidence how this land became theirs. Why are they farming on their land? Then from the research that they made, from the inquiry they made, they discovered that when the white people invaded their land, they brought horses and they made the horses to run to far distance, to run in kilometers, run in meters. When the horse was tired, that formed the boundary of where their land ownership will end on that land. So that was how they came. Imagine the power of horse, how far the horse can run before it got tired. That would be in thousands of kilometers. So that was exactly what happened. So that was how the white people came into their land, and they were farming for a long time. So now when Robert Mugabe made a move to stop all that activity, they actually stopped and they repossessed the land. Now there was a problem. The problem was that all the machines, all the tools that the white people were using, Zimbabwe people didn't have it, and that made them to suffer. They had lack of food, lack of storage, and the rest of that. But the white people that were farming there, they had all this equipment, and they were able to manage it properly. But the main point I'm trying to bring up, when the white people were coming to claim their land, their territory, where were the people? You see? So the white man became wealthy in their land, while other people stood there and were watching. You see? So if Robert Mugabe didn't question all of that activity, there's no way it could have been in the history for us to use it to teach others what happened. You see? This is very important. So in summary, we should monitor the trend, what is going on around the world, the quickest way people are using to produce wealth. Then we join them, then use it and make life better for us and our family. Okay, so we should stop complaining every now and then. Instead of complaining, we should invest that time to figure out how we can make wealth for us and for generations to come. Okay, so like I said before, it has never been easier to make wealth available like it is right now. So this is very important. So if other people are doing it, are able to do it, you too can do the same thing. You have the power. All you need is to discover. And I know that this is one of the things that are very difficult for people to do. People don't want to learn. People don't really want to change. But if you can be determined and make up your mind to move up from where you are, the first thing you need to do, you need to invest in learning. The more you learn, the more you know. So whatever you know, you do it. Then you can leave the level you are and you can move on to the next level. Okay, so that brings me to the end of this video. If you have any contribution, any question, you can put it in the comment section and I'll be happy to give you a reply. Thank you very much and see you in the next video. Bye bye.